Well, that was a great lineup of CIOs, CISOs, technology leaders who have won the Dataquest Digital Leader Awards this time. We now come to the most special part of the evening, the Dataquest Jury Awards. These awards honor some of the stalwarts of our industry who are truly game changers and path breakers. Before we begin the awards, I would just like to take a 10 seconds break so that we can just set up the stage for all the winners and our special awardees. Thank you so much everyone for your patience, and as I said, it's now the most special part of the evening, which is the Dataquest Awards and the Jury Awards. And I would like to invite our special guests and our guests of honor on stage for this section of the award ceremony. May I please invite on stage Shri Raman Roy, CMD, Quattro BPO Solutions. He is the jury chair and widely recognized as the father of the BPO industry. Let's give a big round of applause to Shri Raman Roy. Our next guest, Dr. Sridhar Mitta, founder and MD Next Wealth Entrepreneurs. He was part of the founding member team of the Wipro's IT business and driving India's IT growth. Our next guest on the desk, Professor S. Sadagopan, founder, director, IIT Bangalore, a leader academic voice on technology policy, education and digital transformation. Our next guest, our guest of honor for the evening, Shri Vinod Dham, entrepreneur, venture capitalist and father of the Pentium chip. We are awaiting our guest, Shri Ashwini Vaishnaw, Honorable Minister of Railways, who will be joining us shortly. And last but not the least, we have Mr. Pradeep Gupta on stage for the Honorable Minister, maybe. Yeah. May I now request PG to please felicitate and honor our guests for the evening. Can we have our bouquets for the guests, please? थोड़ा जोरदार तालियां हो जाए बस. Thank you all, and to begin, I would like to now call upon Pradeep Gupta ji, Chairman, Cyber Media Group, to give a brief introduction to the Dataquest Awards, the journey, the legacy, and the jury this year.
Hi, good afternoon to all of you. And a loud good afternoon, please. Yes. All right. A louder good afternoon. Yes, that's okay. So, in the morning, some of you were not there. So perhaps what I say might be a bit repetitious. We started our journey 42 and a half years back. It was in December of 1983 when the first issue of Dataquest came out. Okay. December of 1982 when the first issue of Dataquest came out. It's been a absolutely wonderful journey that has been there. One has seen the entire IT industry evolve. It was an industry at that time which was just about 100 crores or so. And today we talk about a huge industry that has been created. If I include ICT, that means if I was to also include the telecom part of it, we are now talking about an industry which would be upwards of I would say $250 billion or so. So, that is the kind of a scale up that has happened. We started the awards after about 10 years of our journey. And I remember the first awardee that we had, the person of the year at that time was Mr. N. Vittal, who is of course no more. But he is the person who sort of, started transformation of the software export industry and so on. So this time, like what we have done for the last 31 years, this is the 32nd edition of the awards. And these are very select awards. Every year, there are only about 3 or 4 awards which are given. It is the Person of the Year Award. It is the Lifetime Achievement Award. It is the Pathbreaker Award. And once in a while, we also have special awards that are there. And you will see as the program proceeds about the different awards that we have given. It was a very eminent jury. And of course, the chair of the jury is here with us, Raman Roy, Quattro, and now running the IIN Venture Fund. So big round of applause for Raman Roy, please. Raman is, of course, as you all know, the father of the BPO industry in India. We also had CP Gurnani, ex-chief of Tech Mahindra, who took Tech Mahindra to new heights. We had Professor Amit Patra, the director of IIT BHU. We had Sanjeev Krishan of Iris Computers, Devesh Tyagi, chief of Nixie, Hilal Khan from Honda, CIO of Honda, Mr. BVR Mohan Reddy, who started the entire software export revolution in engineering with Scient, VK Thadani of NIIT, and we had Hemant Tiwari of Hitachi Vantara, and Arvind Gupta, last but not the least, Arvind Gupta of Digital India Foundation. So this was a very, very eminent jury, and we had a hybrid meeting, though of course I would say that almost about 70% of the people were physically present there. And in that meeting, we decided on these awards. And of course, I would request Raman Roy, who was the chair of the jury, to share with us what the award process was like and how we went about doing this. So Raman, may I request you to come on the stage?
So, hi folks. I can go through the routine of good afternoons again, but you're sleeping, it's okay. So, when PG said that you have to come and talk a little about the awards and the jury, said, okay, so I'll talk about who were the jurors. He said, no, that I will introduce before. I said, oh, okay. So I'll talk about the deliberations. He says, no, you can't, they are confidential. I said, oh, okay, so what can I talk about? So I was told, talk about your story, whatever that means. So I can tell you that there is a process. Okay, I can't give you the details because it's confidential. But there is a process by which a long list and a short list is created. It is shared with the jury members, it goes through the details. And then when we meet, we deliberate on that. And as in most times, though not 100%, but in most times, this time also, we had a huge consensus on the winners. But it is quite amazing. I mean, PG gave you the members of our panel. They came from industry, academia, with different exposures, different experiences. And it is quite amazing what I discovered as the chair of the jury, because I had to attend the session as a chair. You know, like you are sleeping, I couldn't sleep there. As the chair, you can't. So it is amazing how many people had views on what and why that we were going through. And I'd be honest with you, I thought I knew some people and I thought I knew about what they had done. But the perspectives multiple jury members brought out was to say, oh shit, I didn't know he also did that, or I didn't know he did this. So yes, the awardees were a consensus. So the jury chairperson is the most easiest person to choose. The lifetime award winner of previous year gets to chair the jury. So it's shit luck on everybody else. They have to suffer me because they gave me the award last time. So now that story bit that PG spoke about, and as he was saying, 82 he launched this. That is where the industry I represent, BPO, the early formation days of that was in 80s. It is mid 80s that we actually started doing international work for American Express. 10 years later, where they gave the award, it was such a prestigious award. Getting invited to be in the room was not easy. So I still remember going, trying to squeeze in when I was not invited. Today I am. Okay, and I still remember that was one of my biggest learnings. I was wearing a white shirt. Unfortunately, now by hindsight, unfortunately it was half sleeves. I was wearing a tie. And somebody at that meeting, I don't remember the person, I don't know his name. He kind of told me, "Bacche, आना होता है तो full sleeve shirt पहन के आते हैं." It's a lesson I've never forgotten. I went on to be honored with the Pathbreaker Award. That was absolutely fascinating to see it was recognized, because for many years, I'll get beaten up for saying this, for many years BPO industry tried to become a cousin of the IT industry, but we were told, no, you're not IT. And then if those of you who recall, there was a bit of a downturn in top line. And for the purposes of looking pretty, they wanted to add some numbers to show that at an India level, we were still growing dramatically. And that is where a body called NASSCOM, everybody heard of that, NASSCOM? They decided that IT-enabled services was actually IT, and we became a part of that industry purely by accident. If they did not need to do the show of numbers, maybe we would never have. But that brought us a lot. That brought us to participate in IT events. That brought us to participate in events of Dataquest and be a part of it. So PG is looking at his watch. It's been a pleasure and honor to be a part of this jury and part of the process. Pleasure to get to award some of the people I have looked up to all my life. And many jury members there resonated with that to say there is no question as to who the award winners are. So thank you very much, folks. And thank you for bearing with me. Have fun for the rest of the evening. See you.
Thank you very much, Raman. Don't believe half of what Raman says. But he's right that ITES was sort of looked as a stepchild till some members of NASSCOM said, अरे नंबर मीट करना है तो क्या करें, तो उन्होंने जो है वो पूरी की पूरी ITES इंडस्ट्री अपने आप में absorb कर ली, so that their numbers of achievement could be there. But yeah, it was very much IT. I mentioned about the jury, so Sanjeev Kishan is there, and may I request that Sanjeev, if you can come here, I'll just give you a bouquet, please. And by the way, the minister is on his way, so the moment he comes, of course, we will invite him on stage, but till that time we'll continue with it. Oh, Mr. Hilal Khan is also there. I didn't see him. Oh, there he is. Hilal, will you also come on the stage? Sorry, I had not seen you because there is glare coming in my eyes, so I had not spotted you. So, best example of recycled economy. But just to prove you wrong, Raman, there are two of them. And there are more also backstage, so it is not purely a recycled economy. So, okay. We start with the awards, the first awards, and I would request Meenu. Yeah, Meenu, will you come and do the honors and announce the first award?
Thank you, PG sir. A privilege and an honor to be in such a dynamic presence of the stalwarts of the industry. To start off with the first set of awards. So we're starting with the Path Breaker of the Year 2024, and the award goes to Agnishwar Jayaprakash, founder CEO Garuda Aerospace. A youth icon, a star entrepreneur, and an active rural community advocate, Agnishwar Jayaprakash has created a new firmament for drones in India as the founder CEO of Garuda Aerospace. This innovator, who helped many government sanitization efforts with eagle-eyed drones during the pandemic, has taken the company's fleet, patent, and pilot strength to new heights and crossed many barriers that were keeping drones from opening their wingspans to their fullest potential. He has used new feathers like AI, data analytics, IoT, and cloud computing to help drones aspire for novel and well-sprawled pastures like precision agriculture, underwater inspection, miniature radar uses, and farming surveys. He has also been rigorous and consistent in using the joysticks of collaborations, global tie-ups, and certifications, deftly and timely. This has catapulted the company to app technology strengths, global expansions, and small drone manufacturing edge. Be it handshake with global behemoths or flights to regions outside India, his company continues to aspire for a new zenith all the time. He just happens to be the crusader for many social and youth causes, who has been anointed at halls like the UN Youth Assembly. Agni Ignite India, a youth entrepreneur ecosystem, is his brainchild and continues to touch the grassroots while he elevates drones to new possibilities.
The awards are being given by our guest of honor, Vinod Dham. Vinod, of course, needs absolutely no introduction. We have all grown up on the chips designed by you. He's the father of the Pentium, a very, very illustrious career. And he has now been guiding the entire, whether it is the semiconductor strategy of the country or the artificial intelligence, the AI strategy of the country. He's been a continuous guide and support and mentor to the entire industry. So, welcome to you, and it's such an honor and privilege to have you with us here today. And may I request you to, a round of applause, and may I request you to.
So Agnishwar at the last minute had to attend to some emergency, and we have Divyansh from the team from Delhi to take the award on his behalf. A great round of applause, guys. Divyansh, may I request you to share a few words, please?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. It is truly an honor to be here today, accepting this award on behalf of our CEO, Mr. Agnishwar Jayaprakash. While he couldn't be here in person, he deeply values this recognition and appreciates the efforts of everyone who has contributed to this journey. He has shared a few words for this occasion, which I'd like to read on his behalf. Hi all, I'm deeply honored and grateful to Dataquest for recognizing me with the Pathbreaker of the Year 2024. I regret not being able to attend the ceremony in person, but please know that my gratitude knows no bounds. Thank you, Dataquest, for the prestigious recognition. It means the world to me. Looking forward to continuing this journey of innovation and excellence. Love, Agnishwar.
Thank you, Divyansh. So moving on to the next very, very important category, the Lifetime Achievement Award 2024. I'm sure PG sir has also introduced everybody, so does not need any recognition or mention. Dr. Sridhar Mitta, founder and MD, Next Wealth Entrepreneurs. Dr. Sridhar Mitta's journey corresponds to that of India's IT industry over the last 50 years. From contributing to critical defense projects at ECIL, to being an early pillar of research, edge and computing innovations at Wipro, to India's rise as the nearshore development capital, to his entrepreneurial as well as social impact endeavors through Next Wealth, Nthink and E4E Inc., Dr. Mitta has left an indelible mark on the industry's evolution chronicles. He has not only transformed its R&D division into a global profit center as Wipro's CTO introducing the Lab on Hire model for multinationals, but has also pioneered global delivery of outsourced product development services for leading tech giants like Intel, Cisco, and Sun. Being at the helm at TIE, he has empowered many emerging innovators and entrepreneurs and has also created thousands of jobs across multiple delivery centers in small towns through his social ventures. His inimitable role in spurring India into a strong spot on global IT atlas is as profound as his passion and impact in propelling women and small town talent to fair and strong opportunities. Dr. Mitta continues to ignite and inspire the industry in new ways. Dr. Mitta.
Is it on?
Yes.
Yeah, while the award is coming here, I would like to say a word about Dr. Mitta. He's a very special person for me because in 1980s, I first met him when he was working in Wipro with Dr. Suta, Ashok Suta, he was a doctor. And I'll suffice to say here that he had produced world's first 386 motherboard. World's first. And I had come from California. I was working for Andy Grove. I was working on 386. And I was shocked and I was in disbelief. And I went back and I told my boss, Andy Grove, that it's not compact, who everybody was waiting to come out and launch, but somebody in India has already done it. And he just would not believe me. He absolutely refused to believe me. He said, oh, you're Indian, you're trying to really say good things. I said, I got so upset, I had them send me one motherboard to California to show it to Andy Grove so he could see it live. And he became a big believer. And Dr. Mehta single-handedly contributed to Intel coming to Bangalore right after that. That one incident gave him the belief that how smart the people are, and he told his executives, let's start a presence in India. So Dr. Mehta, you deserve a very big credit for that.
You can turn it around. I will. Sir, may I request you to share some words?
Vinod, Roman, Professor Sadagopan, Pradeep, and on behalf of the jury, you have awarded this, given this award to me. I'm deeply honored and grateful to Dataquest for doing this. This award is particularly special because, as I understand, I am the first technologist or CTO to receive this award from Dataquest, which means this is also a recognition of not just myself, but for the technology professionals everywhere. I thank Dataquest for shining the spotlight on the technology community through this award. As I reflect over 50 years of my life, professional journey, one thing is clear. No career is built alone. I stand here today because of the people who believed in me, encouraged me, and worked with me through every phase of my life. I come from a small town, Chittoor, in Andhra Pradesh, part of middle class family, where education was highly valued. But in my case, I was given the freedom from my family members to have my own dreams and allow me to do my education, bachelor's degree in engineering, master's and PhD, which was possible for my career to grow. So I'm thankful to my brothers who have sacrificed their own resources to help me. So when I returned to India after doing my PhD in 1973, I joined ECIL, which started in 1971 as India's first computer company which designed, manufactured and supplied. So in a way we can say that the 1917 was the year of birth of Indian IT industry. I joined in 1973 and next year I got married to my wife Sundari, who is also here. And I can say that the Indian IT industry, my professional life and my married personal life are all fellow travelers for last these 50 odd years. Throughout all these times, my wife stood by myself, and I thank her for her support, patience and belief in me, which made me to do everything what I have done. Professionally, I was fortunate to work with some extraordinary leaders. Ashok Narasimhan discovered me and took me into Wipro as the CTO and first employee. Azim Premji, with whom we have worked very closely, just returned from Stanford after his Stanford stint and took Wipro from a Vanaspati company to computer company. And Ashok Suta, a leader whom I deeply admire and from whom I learned the art of balancing vision and execution over nearly 20 years. In the last 12 years, NextWealth has become a deeply personal and fulfilling mission for me. We built it with a simple purpose, namely to create meaningful jobs for graduates in small towns, especially women. This dream became a reality only because of my three co-founders, Anand Talwai, Maithili Ramesh, and S.R. Gopalan, all trusted colleagues with whom I worked in Wipro. So they brought their passion and belief to this venture. So once again, I thank Dataquest for honoring me with this award, and I thank and gratitude to all my well-wishers, friends, and colleagues. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for encapsulating that journey so beautifully and inspiring most of us in the room. Thank you. So moving on to the next Lifetime Achievement Award, it's an honor to announce Professor S. Sadagopan, Founder Director, Triple IT Bangalore. Professor Sadagopan has had a prolific journey across many contours of academia and research. He has etched his mark on premier institutes of the world. He went on to set the foundation steps for Triple IT Bangalore and led the institution from one milestone to another. He has helped in accelerating India's computing evolution through associations with both hardware and software pioneers. He has worked in enabling first-hand researchers from engineering, science, agriculture, and pharmacy departments using large-scale optimization. Professor Sadagopan is passionate and generous about sharing his intellectual wealth in many forms, as evident through his rich repertoire of books and research work. He has written on a wide spectrum of subjects. He has also contributed through his presence at various think tanks, apart from many corporate boards, of course. His research interests strategic operations research, multi-criteria optimization decision theory, simulation, enterprise computing, programming languages, databases, multimedia, and e-governance, a long list. So today, he is busy as a sought-after consultant across diverse industry segments, auto, manufacturing, banking, IT, social sector, you name it, and other roles that are shaping the industry on a forward path. Dr. Sadagopan.
While we are waiting for the award, I would like to just add on to what was said, that he is a Guruji and teacher of the minister who's coming in for the next award. So you can imagine where he stands, how tall he stands in the category of people. You're getting two awards.
Sorry, the citation for Dr. Mitta.
Professor, awaiting to hear you.
Good afternoon. Pradeep,
we feel specially privileged. It is a privilege, honor, and I'm humbled. Because I kind of know Dataquest not from day one, even day -1. So when it was being planned, I still have the first issue of Dataquest. I'd written several times for Dataquest, been featured in Dataquest. So more than anything else, I know PG. I also know PG's teacher, Professor P.C.P. Bhatt, was my colleague at IIT Bangalore. So I have a long association, so I feel very privileged. Second, of course, to get it from Dr. Vinod Dham is very special. So thank you, sir. I think you are an icon. And see, Pentium was just not a chip. It actually defined many things in the chip industry. And the fact that he was heading the team makes for we Indians, we have a special connection with Pentium. Thank you. And of course, to get it along with Dr. Sridhar Mitta, who actually kind of created, what we call as the Indian, nowadays the word GCC in the last few months has become a buzzword in India. But it's all created by Dr. Mitta's work. It's kind of amazing. Last but not the least, it's again interesting today that the other person who is going to get the award, Mr. Ashwini Kumar Vaishnaw, I had the privilege of being his MTech thesis supervisor. And Ashwini is so kind in his MTech thesis. He not only kind of acknowledged me, obviously, he also acknowledged my wife, Chandra, who is here with us today. She came along with me for the only reason to kind of witness Ashwini getting the award. I think such students, of course, it's also incidental coincidence today. The person who heads the TCS today also happens to be my MTech student, Mr. Krithivasan. And then he actually saw this news and just sent a message, congratulations. I said, how do you find time to run a company with just about 3/4 million, close to 650,000 people? TCS finds time to kind of greet me after reading the Dataquest post from PG. I think thousands of students, hundreds of my colleagues, and thousands of you in the industry, I think 45 years, every day has been a learning opportunity. And I learned from each and every one of you. So the award gets dedicated to each one of you, because but for you, I wouldn't have been able to do this. And it's kind of humbling again. Not often, but my colleagues in Harvard and MIT keep telling me, said, look, Shadagopan, some of you are so lucky. The kind of projects with which we could influence. So it is interesting, Railway Reservation System Project, September 1, 1986, Secunderabad Railway Station, the first ticket gets printed. Today, we process more reservations on railways in half a day than what many countries do in their whole year. More interesting, at 1/10 the cost. Even at a time when we had interesting finance minister putting a heavy duty on the computers, even then we were much cheaper. Even after paying the duty on the imported computers. And you look at Aadhaar. So when people do UPI, I feel so happy because I happen to be very intensely involved in that. I happen to chair the RTGS when people use RTGS. And every one of the public sector core banking, I was there. And I happen to be the board of NSE. We have a box called NSE. It's a completely online trading. We are the largest equity traded exchange in the planet. If only dollar equal to rupee, by value we will be the largest. Unfortunately, dollar is not equal to rupee. So we are only largest in terms of number of transactions. We introduced algo trading. I don't trade myself. Even though I was in the board of NSE, I still don't trade. But it's very humbling. I was the chair of the TAC. We wrote all the stuff and formally SEBI notified it. So algo trading happened. And thanks to algo trading, much larger number of Indians trade. So every one of them, I think we have made so much of a difference to such a large number of people. And then government, industry, academia, allowed some of us, along with Professor Pathak, Professor Shiva, Professor Krishnamurthy, so all of us together could do so much for this country. I think it is kind of humbling. So thank you, PG. Thank you for recognizing. And thank you all.
Thank you very much, sir. And, another of our jury members is present here. I'm sorry, because of the lights, I didn't see. CP is also here, CP Gurnani. So may I request that a bouquet be presented to Mr. Gurnani also. Okay, so I believe the minister is still 5 minutes away, and so what should we do? Vinod, perhaps we can have your words of wisdom. If you can give speak a few words about what all is happening and so on, that would be really wonderful.
What is happening where? Okay. A lot is happening in the world. No, anyway, good afternoon, everyone. I think it's a distinct honor for me and privilege to be presiding over the awards ceremony. Especially look at the stalwarts. I bow to all of you in earnest and humility for what you have done. It's remarkable. Some of us did great things and became more popular, but in my mind's eye, you guys are unsung heroes of this country and the world. So thank you very much. My career actually, interestingly, parallels very much the life of Dataquest. In the 80s, I did 386 and 486 microprocessors, and I was first time introduced to Pradeep at that time in Delhi, in I forget what that, in this electronic city, I forget the name, Nehru Place. So there was a function where I was invited to, that was in Nehru Place. And then of course in the 90s I did Pentium, and that was a big hit. And thanks to all the work that Dataquest has been doing, actually literally been covering all of the computing, especially the personal computing era that's gone on throughout the last 4 decades in the world, and especially focused on India. So thank you very much for playing a very vital role, not only just covering the industry, but also working and influencing the thinking of academia, industry, as well as the government policies that have evolved over the period of time. I've been actually coming here for a long time, even way before, I would say in the 90s, trying to influence the direction of India in the semiconductor area, which is what my field of interest is. And unfortunately, throughout the 90s and even 2000s, not till Honorable Modi ji came on scene, did I actually get a hearing, to be honest with you. There was something about this administration when I presented my views about what should India do. And the reason is semiconductors is a fundamental unit component from which the technology emerges. India is known for software, but if you really think back, all the software runs on hardware. And if all the hardware is not just a computer or cell phone, but inside of that is a brain, which we call a chip or a microprocessor or many other components to it. And it's very important that India, in my opinion, had to really partake in that industry. If for no other reason, at least for a strategic implications of, I could see where the technology is going in future, and that you need drones and you need military, you need components in them. So you have to do it. So that's how my engagement started. And I'm really glad to see where it is ending. And I think we have the minister here, and actually they deserve most of the credit for where they brought India to in terms of technology today in last 10 years. So we'll just wait for Ashwini Vaishnaw ji to come. All right. Let's all stand up and give him a big applause.
Welcome, sir, to the Dataquest award ceremony. I will quickly update you on what all has happened so far. We started by talking about the legacy of these awards, which are now in their 32nd edition. Then Raman Roy shared with us, because he was the chair of the jury, as to the process that was followed. We introduced the jury members, some of whom are in this audience. And then we have already done 3 of our awards. The first, which was the Pathbreaker Award, which went to Garuda Airspace. Professor Sadhugopan, I must add that the first Pathbreaker Award was actually given to NSE. Okay, so you know the project that you were associated with. And then after that, we have had the 2 Lifetime Achievement Awards, where we read out the, and for each of the awardees, we have read out the citations, we have handed them the awards. And the 2 Lifetime winners are Dr. Sridhar Mitta and Professor Sadhugopan. So this is what all has happened, and I will now request Meenu to read out the citation for Person of the Year Award.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, sir, and a hearty welcome. So the most awaited award for 2024, the IT Person of the Year, goes to our Honorable Minister, Shri Ashwini Vaishnaw, Minister of Railways, Information and Broadcasting, and Electronics and Information Technology. If I may take the liberty, I think this is one of the rare honors of having a Guru Shishya on the stage, at the same time getting the awards for the same year. An honor for us. Shri Ashwini Vaishnaw is the lodestar of India's strong and consistent strides on the frontiers of self-reliance, global business confidence, and indigenous manufacturing. He has been the engine of India's uphill drives in mobiles and semiconductors, flipping not just a very skewed industry direction towards mobile imports by bolstering local hardware cogwheels, but also igniting India's edge in semiconductor design, manufacturing, and technology evolution to unprecedented destinations. He has also been paving future-forward tracks with India's swift momentum in supercomputing, AI supremacy, and IT skilling. Under his itinerary, the country has also accomplished the elusive, much-needed, and difficult balance between user issues and industry progress through regulatory changes like the Digital India Act and Digital Personal Data Protection Act. Armed with premier IT and management degrees and practicing the wisdom of Antyodaya, Vaishnaw continues to be a lighthouse as India heads to new horizons. Sir.
before I give this award, it's such a distinct honor and privilege to give award to Hon'ble Ashwini Vaishnaw. I just want to say one word. I've been working with him for the last 3-4 years in capacity as advisor on India's semiconductor mission. And I have, in my lifetime, worked with some amazing people like Andy Grove and people like him. So I have a pretty interesting view about leadership and what leaders do. And I must tell you, Ashwini ji has completely stolen my heart. He is just an amazing, amazing leader. I look forward to coming and meeting him. I get inspired to meet him. And I've seen him actually work, not just meet and chat and discuss and say goodbye. I've seen him sit down and solve the problem. Multiple issues. I came up with 10 different issues on one slide, and he said, let's sit down and go one by one. I was almost scared to go one by one because I wasn't as deeply aware as he is. He's unbelievable. We are so proud that he's not heading up one of the top companies in the world, but heading up one of the top places in India and bringing so much value to us. So it's a distinct honor to be giving this award to Ashwini ji.
So, as really rightly mentioned and echoing millions of thoughts from the country, respected sir, may I please request you to share your acceptance speech, please? Thank you.
Thank you, Dataquest. Thank you, PC Quest. Thank you for all the nice memories of childhood that you have brought. We all grew up reading PC Quest, Electronics for You, getting the circuits from EFY, and then coming to place in front of Red Fort, where we used to get a lot of cheap electronic components and sometimes very good PC ICs we could get 555 and others. We'll just take them home and then build many circuits. So thank you for bringing those memories back. It's indeed an honor to be here with Professor Sadgopan, with Mr. Vinod Dham. Both of them have been they have made a significant impact in my life. Mr. Vinod Dham, you don't know, even during college period, I used to consider you as my idol, and I'm so proud that we are working together today. And Professor Sadgopan and Madam have made so much difference in my life at IIT Kanpur. How much can I? The gratitude is unlimited for both. The change that you brought in my life, phenomenal. And it's a relationship which has lasted, which is continuing even today as a Guru Shishya. It is something which is revered for me. I really, really value this. And thanks a lot for all the friends who have collected here for this function. We are passing through some very exciting times. The change that has come in our country since 2014, that is going to lay the foundation for a country which is very different from the country which was before 2014. Our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji has given us that vision, has given us that inspiration, and has given us that confidence and resources to really think big, come up with new solutions, look at not only solving today's problems, but also lay the foundation for solving future problems, develop technologies, not just be a service provider to the world, but develop technologies, develop products, and be in that top 5 nations which are maybe someday like G7 and G20 people will start talking of T5. So technology 5. So top 10, top 5 technology nations, we are part of that. That's the inspiration we keep on getting from him. I remember, let me share you some very small, while we talked about semiconductor, Mr. Dham, when we took the first presentation to PM for semiconductor mission, the scheduled time was 45 minutes. But our Prime Minister was so interested in it, each and every line by line he went through, and he actually that day he gave us 2.5 hours. Not just 45 minutes, the scheduled time, but full 2.5 hours. And that's why we are where we are today. 5 units being constructed, and this year we should see the first made in India chip rollout. Wouldn't that be a matter of pride? So that's the journey. Only yesterday we rolled out the first common compute facility for 14,000 GPUs. These 14,000 GPUs will now be available to all our researchers, the students, the startups, so that they can test their own AI models, algorithms, and create applications which will win the world. That is the vision with which we are moving, and hopefully another 12 months from now, we should have our own foundational models also. We have already 67 applications for developing foundational models, and out of that about 4 or 5 are very mature applications where people have done some work already, and they are in a position to take the work to the next level. So this is a really exciting time, and I think we are going through a totally new industrial revolution. I think the way things are moving today, the way technology is changing, this is unphenomenal, unprecedented. Only yesterday Mr. Dham was telling that Moore's law was increasing 2x in every year, and now it is 10x every year. That is the change which is happening. So this is very exciting. These are very exciting times. Let's change with the times, let's adapt with the times, and let's prove our nation's talent, prove our nation's confidence in today's times. Thank you very much for this award. Really grateful to Dataquest. Thank you.
So just wanted to mention that the 2014 Dataquest Awards, the chief guest was Prime Minister Modi, at that time the Gujarat Chief Minister, and I think that was his first interaction with the entire ICT community, and one of the winners, the person of the year that year was CP Gurnani, who is there with us. So I still fondly remember the 2014 event. So since the morning we have had deliberations on AI, and this entire conclave today was focused on AI. And what we will do is that the end of this, whatever has been, and each of the sessions we had a call to action. So it was not just mere talks and so on, but we actually put together call to action. And so with your permission, we will put all these things together, and then after that we will present a white paper to you on what were the deliberations here today. The next thing is that some of our award winners who are who are stalwarts in their area would like to ask you one question each, and therefore may I first start with your guru. He has asked you so many questions, but I am sure he can ask you one more question. So sir, may I request Professor Sadagopan to please.
So I will take one basket. Okay, I'll take 60 seconds before that. So there are 3 things which are special about Ashwini. I thought you should know. I think it is good, particularly for some of the youngsters. One, he is clear-headed. Even my very first interaction, he was absolutely clear why he wanted to join an MTech program. Okay. Second thing is he is focused. When he is focused, he is a great believer in what is called a single tasking of extremely high power. So he'll take one step, completely finish it. Third, he has the energy to execute. See, a lot of people are clear-headed but not focused enough. A lot of people are focused but not clear-headed. Many of them have both, but they don't have energy to execute. I think all three has been a great combination. Thank you, Ashwini. So my question, very simple, is that what are your expectations in this post-chat GPT world, both in the computing, AI, quantum, etc.? What are your expectations from academia?
Academia plays a very important role in our journey for being among the top 5 nations in technology. And I think the research work which is happening across the country, it's at cutting edge. There are a couple of things which we have tried out in the past and which have worked out very well. I think we need to scale that up in a very significant way. For example, in 5G in the case of 5G in telecom, we set up 100 5G labs across universities, and that gave the students the real hands-on experience of what 5G technology is, and that really helped the professors, the academia, as well as the students to come up with real life experience of the technologies when they come out of the college. Similar thing we are doing in the ISM, in the semiconductor mission, where in 240 universities we have given EDA tools, the latest ones, Cadence, Synopsys, Siemens, all these latest EDA tools we have given, so that the students can actually work on what's really relevant in the industry. Same thing now we need to do in AI, where we should select about 200 universities, already setting about 25 AI labs, but that number is not going to be enough. We need to do 200 of these, and I'll request from the academia if the professors can guide the students in real life challenges. Okay, this is what you need to do to succeed in life. These are the problems which are relevant in the industry today. So more interaction between academia and industry is what I would like.
Thank you. We will not let you down.
So another quality is his humility. When he went down to great Mrs. Sadagopan, sir, most impressive, sir. I would request Dr. Mitta, who has been the forebearer of technology development in this country, to ask his question. So the entire theme today, by the way, was on how India can become an AI superpower. And so that is the kind of a direction that we are deliberating on. Yeah.
So one of the things we have been doing at Nextwell after 50 years of working in this industry is to provide employment to graduates in small towns, focusing on women. So this is a completely different approach. Whereas previously people from cities used to go and say the small town graduates are not good enough. What we have done is we found out what the graduates can do and get the work available to that. Today we have 10 such centers, 5,000 people. Now if you really look at the work which has to be done in AI, is not only in GPUs, models and other things, which is development of the technology, which needs heavy investment, which the government is looking to do it and other things. But the most important thing is how do you use this technology for common problems, agriculture, healthcare, these things. For these, we need more people to use this technology so that it can reach. The talent required for them, majority of them are in small towns. So how can the government can initiate or encourage this one to do these things?
Excellent question and very, very relevant in today's context. The way we are approaching this is tying up with industry. We have taken up a program to train 1 million people, 10 lakh people across the country, and largely in rural areas and smaller towns, because that is where the talent doesn't get the opportunities. And that is where our government is very focused on getting that talent also almost same amount of opportunity that people in the bigger cities are. Our Prime Minister always inspires us. He tells us that we must democratize technology. And democratizing technology means it should be accessible to a very large number of people It should actually be used by people. It should, and the people at the bottom of the pyramid, people in the remote areas, they should also be able to access it and also contribute it whenever they have the talents. So that is the approach we are following. And recently Microsoft has come out with a program where they want to train about 10 million people across the country in next 4 to 5 years. So that's significant. IBM, Microsoft, many firms are coming up for talent development, and we are actively asking the industry to take the lead in. When industry takes the lead, the relevance of the course also increases significantly. So that's the way we are approaching.
Next, I would request the chair of the jury to ask a question. You know, the entire backbone of our competitive advantage will come out of startups. And Raman successfully created the BPO industry in India and now has been funding startups. And therefore, Raman, over to you.
So, sir, thank you for giving me an opportunity to ask you a question, and I'll try and make it difficult. So, sir, as PG spoke about, now everything, and you addressed dozens of events. Everything is about AI. Few months ago, everything was about startups. I am trying to create an intersection set between AI and startups. What are we doing? Startups is the future. This democratization that you just spoke about. Good luck if the larger companies are able to do it, but it is the startups that will make that happen, because they will come up with those innovative solutions. You spoke about the lab, sir. That is great. And you spoke about 20 to 200. That is great as a sandpit for people to play in. But what are we doing for the entrepreneur to be able to realize into something that is worthwhile? I'm told that we are a tier 2 for chip imports, the GPU imports. We cannot get top-end chips into the country. I don't know if that is true or not, but the experts tell me that we cannot do that. What are we going to do? We have to get those chips and let our wonderful engineers play on it. That is what will create the future. So where do you see it going from a startup ecosystem, things to leverage this into making it the democratization that you spoke about?
That's very relevant and a good question, but not difficult. See, just a year ago, just 1 year ago, 7th March 2024, we got the AI mission approved by the Cabinet, Honorable Prime Minister, exactly 1 year back. And we took a very humongous target, seemingly humongous target at that point of time, because what is our biggest supercomputer? Our biggest supercomputer is about 650 GPUs terawatt. So we said that let's take a target of 10,000 GPUs. Biggest is 650, so let's not take a target of 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000. Let's take a really, really big target of 10,000 GPUs. Do you know how many we actually launched yesterday? 14,000 GPUs we launched yesterday. On the anniversary of the AI mission, first anniversary of the AI mission, we launched 10,000 GPUs. And when the global price of a GPU R is about $2.5 to $3, our price here in India, because of the way we structured the entire program, is only 67 rupees per GPU R, less than $1. So that is the way we have structured it. So this is now available already. And this approach is again an approach where the government, the public funds are getting into creating platforms. For example, the UPI. The platform is created using public funds, and then all the startups are able to use that common platform. Common compute, what we have done here in AI of GPUs. This is again a platform created by the government public funds, and now everybody is able to use it. In fact, recently when the European Council was here. The entire European Council was here. The President von der Leyen, she was here. When they listened to our approach towards AI, they were amazed that our approach is so democratizing. It is so clearly thought through, well thought through, and it gives so many opportunities. So that's the way we are approaching.
Any chance of becoming tier 1 and being allowed to import chips?
We needed 10, we got 14. So no
Okay.
worries, don't
Good.
worry, don't worry.
I mean,
In
these
another
chips-
another 3-4 years, we'll have our own GPU. Don't worry. Another 3-4 years, we'll have our own GPU.
Yeah, so yeah, that brings me to, you spent 2 hours yesterday with Mr. Vinod Dham, but I'm sure he still has a question for you today.
Actually, I don't. So I'm just going to start by saying that I really don't have a question because I just want to share with you with an amazing rapid speed with which Mighty is moving stumped me yesterday. So I am advisor to the India Symmetric mission. I am not advisor to the AI mission. I was not aware of what was going on in the AI mission. But being a techie and being in computers and the future being in GPU computing, I was keeping up. And so I had really collected some thoughts to bring up to Ashwini ji last night. They were all on my notes on my iPhone, and he took the wind out of all of them. He said, I'm just coming after announcing this 14,000 GPU thing for researchers, for academic people, for startup entrepreneurs who will have a place to go to and play with the models. And that's exactly what I was going to be suggesting. And beyond that, actually, I was not really as bold to suggest that many. I had a smaller cluster, and I was just dumb shut saying, oh, wow, this is a totally different government. This is a different era where things are happening before you can even request it. So I just want to let you know the speed with which Mighty is moving is just remarkable.
So perhaps soon we will have an Indian chip, which is Indian GPU. 4 years outer limit.
The chip guys are promising there will be a chip.
Wonderful. So I think that's a challenge for all of you sitting in this room also. 4 years the next. But that also, 2047 was our Vikasit Bharat goal. But the speed at which you talked about the Moore's law redefining. So perhaps for the AI mission for this country to become a global superpower, we should have a shorter time duration in front of us.
I wish you were there in that program yesterday. You would have really seen the variety of solutions which people have come up with. We just awarded 30 startups yesterday, 30 AI startups, and phenomenal variety of problems that they are trying to solve. And amazing energy of the youngsters, amazing. Sir, to your point, amazing. 80% of our startups are today actually AI powered. 80% of them. Almost 4 lakh AI professionals today are working on different things. Stanford University has ranked India as #1 AI talent nation. #1 AI talent nation. So I think the times are really exciting, and I think we certainly will be among the top few nations in the world who are at the cutting edge of technology.
That's wonderful. So we are on to take China on its own ground.
I do have a personal question.
Yeah.
Sir. Personal question.
Yeah, please.
The way I have seen him be working, he's in charge of Mighty, he's in charge of railways, and he's in charge of information broadcasting. I would like to find out, when does he find time to sleep? He's there at 9 o'clock at night, he's there at 7 a.m. in the morning, and I've seen him both times of the day. So I really, really wonder sometimes, do you really get time to sleep?
No. So, first of all, I would like to thank my family, my wife and my children, who have made so much sacrifice in making all this thing happen, because they are the ones who didn't even move from our home in Gurgaon to the government government accommodation, because they said that Modi ji has given so much big responsibility to you and shown so much confidence in you. So you should work 24/7 so that at least the country gains something. We might lose, but let the country gain. So I want to thank my family, my wife Sunita, and both the children for all that sacrifice that they are making. And also I would like to thank Honorable Prime Minister, because he's the one who inspires us to work as hard as we are working. And actually he sets up a much bigger example. We have seen cabinet meetings happening when at morning 4 o'clock he has arrived from one international meeting, and then 10 o'clock he is there in the cabinet meeting. That is the work that he is putting in. What we are doing is nothing compared to what he is doing.
Thank you. A big round of applause to
Thank
the
you.
Dataquest Person of the Year.
Thank you.
And sir, may I request you for a group photograph with the awards?